quicker you're here, the faster you go. That's why where I come from, the only thing we know is
Alright guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video. Today's video, we're going to crack back into the top 100 players of all time. I really hope you've been enjoying them. I've had probably 3 or 4 days off now, so we're back for some more. And today's video, we're gonna crack back into it at number 69. Yeah, that's right, 69. Bobby Bell. We've got some alliteration here. And you know what? It's 4 minutes and 11 seconds long. I gotta be honest, man. I gotta be honest. It took me 4 days to get back into this series because, fuck, it's daunting. 69 more videos, man. It is daunting. You've got to be in the right mood. You have to be in the right frame of mind to be doing this. You know, if any YouTube video, look, I'm going to talk a bit of real talk here, only for a minute, but I want to talk about the fact that if you've got other things in your life that you're worrying about, stresses, financial, emotional, which I'm always stressing about, I've always got worries. And so you really need to put that aside to be, you know, your full self for these reaction videos. And I'll be honest, after I've done 10 reactions in a row, I'm absolutely exhausted. It feels like I've run a marathon. I really feel exhausted, but that's because your brain power is working, you know? And you've really got to be on, because I've done reactions before and I've just got 5 minutes into it and I'm just like, man, I'm just flat right now. I'm too flat. These guys are going to hate it. That may be myself telling, you know, that may be me telling myself bullshit. I may be sort of making that up in my head and you guys might still enjoy the video, but I feel myself that my head's somewhere else, and that's coming through in the way that I speak, and it's not good enough. You know, it's not good enough for my channel. The quality needs to be there. Well, I need to feel good. I need to feel good. When I shut that camera off and the reaction's done and I tell you guys to like the video, subscribe, all that shit, I need to feel like, yes, that video was a success. I said what I needed to say. It came out alright, you know, I didn't stutter too much, blah 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 blah. There's a whole lot of shit going on in your head, and when I do shut that camera off, I'll tell you now, when I do shut it off and I have had a good reaction and I do feel good about that one, I feel great. It feels amazing because I just can't wait to edit it up and get it out for you guys. But when I do get into it, and you know, I've probably been worrying about shit all day, and I've been procrastinating about doing it. That's another thing. If I procrastinate too much about doing it, once I do sit down to try and do reactions, it's done. It's gone. The opportunity's gone. I do best reactions when I get up in the morning and I haven't thought about, or I haven't worried about anything, I haven't checked social media, I just get down and do it, because that's when my mind is focused and I can really be myself and focus on the reaction and the player and appreciate it. You know what I mean? So anyways, number 69. Bit of real talk, I haven't done that for a while. Let's get into it now.
You take a look at outside linebackers today and you start talking about what you're looking for, and well, he's got to be tough against the run, he's got to be smart, he's got to be fast. They start talking about 6'3" and 220 and things, and Bobby Bell was all of that in the mid-1960s.
Wow. Now that's saying something. Those are some funny numbers. He said, what did he say? 6'3", 220. He's got to be good against the tackle, good against the run, but also against the pass as well. Outside linebacker, right. So you got 3 along there, you got the middle, 2 outside linebackers. You got to be onto it. Bobby Bell.
I grew up in Kansas City at a time when athletes lived in apartment complexes.
He was the author of America's Game. Does that mean that he directed all of those other America?
I grew up in Kansas City at a...
Michael McCambridge. I want to see if he directed the America's Game series. Michael McCambridge is an American author, journalist, and TV commentator. He is the author, co-author, or editor of 7 books. He departed to launch a career as an author, which began upon the 1997 release of the franchise, A History of Sports Illustrated magazine. The franchise was named a New York Times noteworthy book that year. He then edited the New York Times bestseller ESPN Sports Century, which accompanied the release of ESPN's top 100 athletes of the 20th century. In 2004, Random House Publishing released McCambridge's America's Game, the epic story of how pro football captured a nation. Jonathan Yardley listed the book as among 2004's most distinguished releases. And Chris Willis of NFL Films rated America's Game the greatest pro football book of all time. He served as an editor on the 2005 College Football Encyclopedia. In 2016, he completed the biography Chuck Noll, His Life's Work. So he's a writer. He didn't make up that series, he's not a director. He's an author of America's Game, possibly the greatest pro football book of all time.
Athletes lived in apartment complexes instead of owning them. Bobby Bell's barbecue restaurant was just up the street.
Bobby Bell's
part
barbecue.
Of that community and that sense of athlete as somebody who was a role model and was graceful.
How are we doing here? Is everything all right? Who's the little one here?
Is everything alright? No, it's not. Well, I'll do something about it.
You see athletes and you often wonder, why so sullen? Why are you not having a great time? Here you are, one of the most prominent people in your community. You're making a lot of money. You should be enjoying yourself. And Bobby Bell, quintessentially, was an athlete who got that.
I haven't seen you for a while. Where you been hiding? At home?
Yeah.
Oh, you shouldn't do that, though.
Bobby Bell was
The Chiefs.
athlete, like 3 syllables. Just a consummate athlete.
Running back. No, he's a linebacker. Big hit.
Certainly would be considered light among linebackers.
Doesn't look light.
At about 230. It was a chiseled 230, and it was a 230 without an ounce of body fat.
In the 60s, guys. This is before Arnold Schwarzenegger came along, man. A lot of these football players probably could have beaten Arnold in bodybuilding back in the day. I don't know if they were on any gear. Steroids didn't even come out until like the 70s and 80s, really. Although Arnold Schwarzenegger does admit to taking steroids in his early 20s, which would have meant the late 60s, early 70s. So I'm not really sure.
He was a trailblazer. He could do everything. He was just somebody who was truly a natural, gifted athlete.
Bit of pace.
Bobby Bell was also the Chiefs' long snapper and contributed everywhere on the field.
One time in '69, the Broncos tried an onside kickoff, and instead of just falling on the ball, Bell catches it
and runs
50 yards the other way for a touchdown.
Fucking go for it, mate. It's exactly what you should do. I gotta say, I gotta admit, those onside kicks would not be easy to grab. That ball, it's not like a rugby ball, it's smaller, it's pointier, which means that the bounce can be a lot less predictable.
Said that Bobby Bell was the only player he'd ever had who could play any position on the football field and you could still win with him.
The Chiefs' defense led them to victory in Super Bowl IV.
What a moment for all of the Kansas City Chiefs.
So he got a Super Bowl.
But Kansas City might never have even played for the World Championship if not for Bell's performance in the AFL playoffs.
One of the great games in AFL history was the '69 interdivisional playoff game between the Jets and Chiefs. Jets were defending champions. Beginning of the fourth quarter, they've got first and goal on the Chiefs' 1-yard line. 2 runs into the line of scrimmage, gets nothing.
Third down and 1.
The next play, Nate
Bobby Bell
fakes to the running back and rolls out. And the play is executed beautifully, except for one thing. Bobby Bell doesn't buy the fake. He doesn't commit. Bell read it perfectly.
Nice.
Trailed the running back.
Does he get him?
The flat. Ultimately, Namath threw incomplete.
What pressure put on by Bobby Bell.
Instead of the Jets taking the lead on a windswept day at Shea Stadium, Chiefs score a touchdown on the next possession. It's fitting and appropriate that of all those Chiefs greats, Bobby Bell was the first Chiefs player inducted into the Hall of Fame. nobody played linebacker like Bobby Bell did.
Bobby Bell. Famous linebacker for the Chiefs back in the 60s, eh? Lo and behold, 1969 in that AFL playoff game was his best play, and he's number 69 on the list. Well, there you go. Number 68 is next, Mike Webster. I hope you've enjoyed that one. I just wanted to say that linebackers are like, you know, between the O-line and the safeties, right? They're into everything. Whether it's a run or a pass, they really need to know what's going on. They need to watch, they need to have read plays in the past. You know, if you threw someone like me as a linebacker into the game, I'd have no clue. I wouldn't know what to look for. I wouldn't know what cues to look for. I wouldn't know if it's going to be a run or a pass. And that's where the knowledge of the game comes in. A lot of you guys have been telling me, you know, well, you've been saying respect the game more, to be honest. You've been saying respect the game more. You don't have enough knowledge. You couldn't play. You couldn't play professionally. There's no way in hell. And I come back to that with, yes, okay, in certain positions I probably wouldn't have a clue, but if you're talking about a receiver, you put me out on the side and you tell me, run this route, run this route, run this route. I've got a guy in front of me. I know I'm trying to run that route, but I'm also trying to put him off. I feel like I could. I feel like I could line up as a receiver. I also feel like I could line up as a running back. And I'll tell you right now that my dream is not to be a punter. It's not. My dream is still to play running back. Whether that only happens in Australian club football, it might. But I want to play running back. I need to give it a go. I have to. I'm good on my feet and I want to do something with it before it's too late. So I hope you guys can support that. I do, you know, with Pro Kick, going to America for this college football experience, it's only as a punter or a kicker. That's all they can market you as. But I tell you what, if I did go and I do make it over there, the first training I go to, yeah, I'll do my kicking drills. Yeah, sweet, I'll do my punting drills. But I'll be looking at those running backs and I'll be thinking, man, next year, that position's mine. That's how I see it happening. But I don't know if I'll be able to tell you guys about it, because apparently NCAA, D1, if you're in the D1, if you're in one of the top schools, you can't make YouTube videos about the football, which kind of defeats the purpose. This is a journey into football, into playing football, that I want to bring you guys on. And if I can't do that, then I don't know what I'm going to do. I honestly don't. So I'm going to have to suss it out. I'm going to have to talk to some people and find out the exact rules behind it, because I want to continue my YouTube channel through college if I go. Of course I do. And I definitely want to, you know, include some football content. I mean, that's what this is all about. So we'll see what happens. If you guys have any information, let me know in the comment section below. I know that guy Destroying pretty much got his scholarship taken off of him because he was making football content. And I think I saw another guy that happened to as well. So, you know, the last thing that I'd want is for that to happen to me. So we'll see. Anyways, guys, if you have enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. If you want to subscribe, please do. I know this video went for a fucking long time, and the reaction was only 4 minutes. But, you know, there were some things that I needed to say. Anyway, they're all done now. So if you've seen this video, you know my opinions on things. The next one, we're going to get into number 68, Mike Webster. And there's going to be a whole lot less talking from my part, and a whole lot more watching and looking at stats and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to stick around, please do. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.